detail, then dial your operator.
Have no fear, fellow citizens. The Mediator is here.
Good morning, and welcome to this week's edition of The Mediator, with me, your host, Brian West, here to give you the top 8 headlines and developing news stories that made it throughout the week. Now, as usual, I'll give you the top 8 local headlines and developing news stories that made it first. Then we may do a movie clip, a skit, or something that's going on in the community. Then I'll give you the top 8 international news stories that made it in this week. So let's waste no time. Let's get to it. Story number 1. As long as COVID-19 is around, local schools face a tough choice in the fall, with multiple stories centering around how the coronavirus mutates differently in children. Local schools now face a tough reopening decision ahead. Even with small cases of unusual infections making headlines, local districts face a huge decision on how to reopen schools in the fall. Story number 2, stay-at-home orders loosening up. Governor DeWine announced an end to stay-at-home orders, but still has a list of bullet points for Ohioans to follow. Now, the lingering coronavirus woes continue to haunt local officials with decisions on how to properly manage things to prevent more spreading of the coronavirus and more deaths from occurring. Story number 3, how are you driving? Multiple local accidents with some reported deaths have triggered the alarm on local residents' driving habits. In the tech age, avoiding talking, texting, and other distractions while driving remain important. Driving while intoxicated or under the influence of any drugs that could impair your driving is always something that people should avoid while driving. Story number 3 is a very, very important story. Story number 4. Valley still struggling with crime. One man shot while walking on Glenwood leaves the lingering problem of crime in the valley. Some stories develop over time and some cases remain unsolved. Crime is a big factor as local officials try to paint a better picture of the local community. Crime also plays a huge role in the decline of local business and residential activity. Too much crime is a huge morale killer and has lasting effects on how local and potential residents view their environment. Story number 4, big story. Story number 5. Is laziness a factor for employers in the valley? Some local employers are reporting a decline in the local work ethic. Many see this to be a key factor in how the valley is able to expand business activity and compete with surrounding markets. Without workers, nothing can get done, and even though the coronavirus has slowed things down, many employers still need help. But many are complaining about the valley's workforce. Some say laziness and drug use is a factor. Story number 6. State still plans to crack down on large crowds. Governor DeWine still plans on limiting large crowds even as things loosen up. He claims that restaurants have done a good job limiting large gatherings, but bars have not. And the state plans on enforcing bigger penalties on those who do not comply with state orders as the world still battles with the spread of the coronavirus. Story number 7, and the top 2 local news stories that made it this week. Stories that you may want to keep an eye on. Story number 7, is the coronavirus slowing down locally? Big question. As of May 18th, the coronavirus death toll in the valley was reportedly declining, but with limited amounts of testing, it may be difficult to track the spread. This has health officials on edge as states slowly reopen. Many health professionals are afraid that states may be loosening up too soon. Big story. Story number 8, and the top local lucky number 8 ball news story that made it this week. Local events could equal losses this year. The Covelli Center, Amphitheater, and a ton of other local venues could see mass losses this year due to show and gathering restrictions. This is not good news for newly built facilities and other venues that need large crowds to earn a profit. If they haven't already, I'm pretty sure that facility coordinators will be seeking help from Congress to at least get through this crisis. Big stories this week. Well, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. I'll be right back. Those are our top 8 local headlines that made it in, developing news stories. I'm going to take a quick break, then I'll be right back. So please don't go anywhere. You're the Mediator. Me, Brian West. I'll be right back.
If you need help, then dial your operator.
Have no fear, fellow citizens. The Mediator is here.
If you want to check out the stories that almost made it in or did make it in, go to our Twitter feed on our website. Check out everything. All of the sources are there. Go to the website. It's method8inc.com, method8inc.com, where you can buy something, click on something, watch something, read something, or just sponsor a program.